Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. My name is Gail Moffat and it's very nice to see you today. So it's going to be very nice because we're going to have two people call in and we're going to do some readings. But before we do that, I think that I should have a little time where I reflect spiritually. And I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, and I was thinking, I wonder how many of us have said, what's it all about? You know, who are we and where did we come from? And all those sort of questions. Well, I'm going to attempt to answer it in about 5 minutes. So here goes. Timing is everything, isn't it? But anyway, first and foremost, we are spirit. And that's who we are. And so as a medium, when I'm able to connect to people in the spirit world, it's basically they're the same as us. The only thing that they haven't got is our body. And in a way, I guess we have our body because this grounds us, this keeps us on the earth, and this is where we're meant to be. But you know, it's there is a purpose to this. You know, there is a purpose to us being in this what spirit call this material world, and this material world offers us opportunities. It offers us opportunities to learn, to really learn and become better people. And sometimes it's not always easy for us to do that. We get distracted along the way, but I know that throughout our lives, there will always be guidance. And that guidance comes in the form of angelic guidance and also a spiritual person that you will have known throughout your existence. So it may not be that you know them from this life, but you may have known them from a previous life. And that's it. You know, talking about previous lives, reincarnation is absolutely real. I've had that proven to me so many times, and I think it's really sort of quite exciting in a way to know that, you know, this life is actually just a little sort of minuscule sort of spot that we have for our lives. And if you think of how long we've been living and how many lives that we've had, it's sort of the mind boggles actually of you know. And also, you know, if you think if we're here to learn our lessons, we couldn't possibly do it all in one life. You know, it's just not long enough. And I find that sort of, you know, there's not a lot of difference in me from 10 years ago. There is differences. And yes, I think all of us could probably say, you know, look back 10 years ago and we were very different than we are today. And I think that it's really sort of quite sort of fascinating how we do grow. And what I really like about it is how much we are guided and how much we are steered in a different direction. If we didn't have that guidance in our lives, we just wouldn't have that, you know, we wouldn't achieve in the same way. And it's funny, I'm sure everyone, you know, who's listening will know of circumstances when they really wanted to do something and it just seemed like there was one obstacle after another and it was almost impossible to be able to achieve what you wanted to achieve. And yet, then there'd be another occasion where you feel drawn to do something and suddenly you're in this amazing situation where the doors just open, and there you are, you know, moving into a situation so easily. So, you know, we are guided and we are helped along this path, and we are given the best that we possibly can have to achieve everything that we need to achieve in this life. And what I think is so marvelous, actually, marvelosa, I think is the term that my producer has asked me to say. And it's not funny. It just came to me in the moment. Anyway, what's so marvelous about about life is that in that life that we have where we're learning our lessons, people like myself and lots of people have this intuition or psychic awareness or mediumistic ability. And these are the people that I think sort of do, lots of people do what I do. And it means that we are able to sort of give guidance, when there is the stumbling block, lift you up when you're feeling low and help you in that path and sort of help steer you. But that all comes from spirit, because they are ultimately our guides. They are ultimately the people that are placing us in that right place that where we're meant to be. And so I suppose the point of this is that we are always guided. So thank you for listening to my little talk. Anyway, I believe we have Kayla in London, Ontario. Are you there, Kayla?
Hello?
Hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Gail Moffat, and I am a medium, which means that I'm able to connect to loved ones, or I can give you guidance from my guides. Is there a particular way that you'd like me to work? So I think Kayla is having some problems, but whilst I'm waiting for Kayla to sort of connect properly online, I just want to sort of elaborate, because I do like to elaborate a little bit more on my talk about, why are we here? Not everybody comes to the earth to grow. Well, that's not strictly true. Everyone has the opportunity to grow, but some people have additional jobs where they're perhaps here to help somebody else, somebody that has difficulties in their lives. But anyway, I believe Kayla is back. Hello, Kayla. Are you there?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. So I was just saying, I'm a medium, which means that I can connect to loved ones, or I can go to my guides and give guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to work?
Honestly, I'm not picky.
Just anything.
Just whatever you can pick up for me.
Well, I've got a grandmother that is standing by the side of me, and I keep on hearing the word sister. Have you got a sister in spirit?
No, but my daughter's father's mother, that could be who I'm thinking.
Daughter's father's mother. So your daughter's grandmother.
So yeah, on her dad's
side. On her father's side.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's coming forward, and she's saying to me, yes, I'm hearing the word father as well, so I know it's on a father's side. And she's coming to me, and she's saying that she has been a little bit how can I put this? A little bit concerned or troubled about things. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does, 100%.
And she's saying to me that she feels that you and your daughter, in fact your family, need her help, because she feels that she has almost like first-hand experience in what you're going through. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. That totally makes sense.
Oh, Kayla, sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So I'll just carry on.
I'm like relieved, because like, oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, she's saying to me that it feels like sort of members of the family, and I feel like I want to talk about a collective family rather than an individual. But I feel like members of the family are broken in some way, and it's like there's not the family isn't joined together in the way that it should be. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
And she's saying to me that she's telling me that she had a similar problem in her life, that she had difficulties with family members that caused her a lot of pain and a lot of heartache. Would you know about that?
I do know about that. Very much
And
so.
and she's saying to me, she says she feels this is why she feels she's the expert on this situation and
Oh,
can
she
give
is.
the
I know
best.
that for sure.
Yeah, and she feels like she's the best one out of the whole family that can give the best advice. And she's saying to me that she feels that let me see, she feels that um it's like there's a lack of communication going around in the family, and it's like there needs to be more um, communication, but it's not easy. It's like a struggle to get through to people or to be able to communicate with people because there's people around you that aren't listening to your words, and I feel that it's like you're almost at the point where you're banging your head against the brick wall and you just don't know what to do or how to put things right or what to say. Does that make sense to you?
Yep, it does. It's
Very,
funny,
very
but just before
frustrating.
you called, I was like, I'm losing it.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
so I called at the right
I
time.
yeah, I feel that it's very frustrating to you, um, and I feel like I want to go to your daughter. I keep on being drawn to her, and I feel like she's implicated in this. Does that make sense to you?
It does. Yeah.
And I feel like she she's not prepared to listen to reason or sense. It's like she has an idea of how she wants to be in her life, and you're fearful that she is going to uh, like the choices that she's making are not. You're fearful for her safety. Does that make sense to you?
Um, I'd say a little bit, yeah. It's more. I'd say it's more my mom that makes, you know what I mean, the choices. It screws everything up. Yes.
Yeah, but I just get the feeling that there is I feel like there's some difficulty with with your daughter. So is the difficulty with your
there,
daughter and
there,
your mother?
there is. It's my mom. She doesn't she doesn't have a lot of faith in me. She thinks I'm, you know what I mean? Because no matter what I do and what steps I take, it's not good enough. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. All right. So it's you are the daughter, and we're talking about the mum. So okay. Right. Because I
No,
just
no,
feel like
no.
I
I
feel
think
that
I
sorry,
think
you was
where you're
about to
getting it, the
say.
communication is to do with my daughter, and um, her grandmother on the other side is getting mad at my mom again. That's what I'm thinking, as it has always been like that.
Um,
Sorry, I'm got a little
I
got a
feel
lot of
that
family problems, right?
but I feel that with your mother, I feel like she's quite strong-minded and she's strong-willed, and I feel like it's like she will um, almost like hold people to ransom. She emotionally controls people in a way
Yes,
that causes sort of friction in the family. Does that make sense to you?
yes, very, very much. It's
And she
it's draining for me.
yeah, and I feel that I feel that she likes to interfere, and and
Yep.
I feel that, and uh, and I feel that what happens is that with your daughter, it's like she's like not wanting to share anything about her life because she's fearful of what her grandmother will say or do, because she can be very critical or quite condemning of how she's constructing her life. And I feel and I feel like sometimes you feel as though you're piggy in the middle, and
Yep.
it's
All
like
the time.
you're struggling to please your daughter and please your mum, and it's like they're constantly, there's this constant sort of conflict. And what
All the time.
this and what your daughter's grandmother is saying is that she feels that it's sort of she feels that it's more important that you almost like take the side of your daughter and support her than you do the mother. Does that make
Yeah.
sense why
Yeah,
she
that
would
makes
say
sense.
that?
Yep. Because I always listen to my mom. I don't listen to what I should really do. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to ruin the
Because
relationship with my mom.
yeah, but because what you're doing is you're alienating your daughter, and I feel that your your mother-in-law is wanting to say to me that if you take the side of your daughter, your mother will eventually soften, and you will, it's like you will win in this situation. But she's saying to me that the the love that you have for your daughter is like more important um, than than uh, than your mother. It's like the relationship with your daughter has to be preserved and protected, because she's saying that it's
My
almost like
mom
it
is
will cause
taking
you
it away
more
from us.
it will cause you more harm than than if you if you didn't. Does that make sense to you?
Yep, that makes total sense. And you know what's funny? I was thinking that the other day. I'm like, you know what? My mom has no say, and she has no say. I have full
Yeah.
custody of my daughter, right?
Yeah. I
So
think what you're and this is just your mother-in-law's opinion, so you're entitled to do whatever you want, and it's, I'm not having an opinion in this is just what I'm hearing, but what I want to say to you is that her opinion is protect your daughter and look after her, because she's the one that really matters to you. And so I hope that helps, and
no,
because
it
I
did.
have and thank you
And
for
can you
calling in.
tell her that I love her and miss her so much?
Yes, she can hear you. And my name is Gail Moffat. You can find me on Facebook if you want to connect with me. So thank you for calling in.
Thank you so much,
Right,
Gail.
okay, thank you. We have Denisha in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Are you there, Denisha? Hello.
Uh,
Hi.
yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, hello, and welcome to the show. My name's
Hi.
Gail Moffat. Yeah, my name's Gail Moffat, and I am a medium. So I can either connect to a loved one or give you some guidance. How would you like me to work?
I would like to connect with a loved one, please.
Right, we've only got about 8 minutes left of the show, so tell me who you want to connect, and I'll get them. Hopefully,
Okay.
fingers crossed.
Okay. I lost my husband March 29th of last year. So it's coming up on a year. I would like to connect with him if there's any messages for him or for my daughter. We share a daughter and a grandson together.
Okay, right. Okay. So if we get cut off, I just want you to know that you can find me on Facebook. My name is Gail Moffat. Right,
Gail
let's see if
Moffat.
Moffat, as in the town in Scotland,
Oh,
Moffat.
oh, okay.
Um, right. So I'm going to be quick because I know I want to get as much in as I can in the short space of time we've got. So,
Uh-huh.
right. Okay. I feel that he didn't have the easiest of passing. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And I feel that there was it's like there were complications, and I feel that he was struggling with those complications, and I feel that there was a period of time where he felt um, and I feel that this is something that you know rather than me telling you this, but I feel that there was a period of time where he felt quite uncomfortable with his health. Does that make sense to you?
I don't know that it was really with his health so much as it was, yeah, but yes, I understand, and it's making sense. Yes, ma'am. It was
Um,
a situation, and that was more. It was more of a situation than a health thing.
right, okay, because I just feel that there's because I feel with him that he it's like there's a struggle to live. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, there was some struggles. Yes, that he was going through. Yes, ma'am.
Um, and I feel that he um I feel like there's a real emotional struggle. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes, ma'am. There was an emotional struggle. Yes, ma'am.
And I feel like he's coming quite close with me now, and he feels really emotional. And I feel that and he's just saying, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done what I did, and I'm so sorry. I wish that I'd been a better person. Um, and he sort of he's making me feel like he's not good enough for you. Um, and
Oh.
and he keeps on saying that it's like you deserve better, and he's saying to me that he wishes that things had been different, because he says that if
Mhm.
things had been different, he feels that he would have still been alive today, and
It
he's saying to me that um he he knows that um do you do you have something is there do you have a dried flower that you have that's either pressed in a book um or somewhere with his writing on, or something that's connecting to him?
I do have actually a flower, and it was something that he drew a flower, flowers around my name on a box. Actually, but it's all flowers around the name. They're not pressed in a book, but they're yes,
Okay,
the
all right,
flowers. You're making perfect sense.
because I can see writing, and then I saw a flower, and I didn't think it was a live flower, but I just and he's giving me that as a memory link, and I just feel like there is I feel like do you have some sort of like things of his in that box?
Yes, ma'am.
And is the box got a black background to it?
A flat background.
No,
It's
black,
like just a
black, the
um,
color black.
um. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Actually, it was stained. It's dark wood.
Yes, yeah, it feels very dark, and I feel and also, is there it's either a coin or a medal or something that's inside that box?
I have all kinds of his little trinkets and things that he had. Yes, ma'am. I have those.
Um, yeah, it's funny. I was going to call them trinkets, and then I thought, no, I can't. They're precious. I can't call them trinkets. But I just feel that there is some like some badges and some coins and things like that. that
Yes,
are
ma'am.
linked to him. Um, and I also feel that he's. I feel like there was a problem with the funeral as well. Like the funeral couldn't be done, or there was a struggle with the funeral. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am. It was right after COVID. He wasn't able to have a regular funeral. He was cremated.
Right. Yeah. And I just get this feeling that this has been a real sore point for the family. That you feel that you haven't been able to do things as you would have wished.
Correct.
And I feel like this is something that you regularly talk about how you wish that you could have that funeral in the way that you would have liked. And I also feel that there's a photograph that you have on, and I feel like it's on a mantelpiece, and it feels like it's quite a high mantelpiece, and I feel that it's a picture of you, and I know that you and him are in it, and I'm being told you're younger.